Hey, Cabo. Welcome or welcome back to Ifa Inspires. Aboru, Aboye, Aboshishe. My name is Ianifa, Ifa Fumilayo Efunade, and today I am back with a long awaited video and update. I am here. It's kind of like I'm reintroducing myself to you all. I was gone. I had a baby, so congratulations to that. I had a baby. She's a beautiful baby girl, healthy baby girl. If you hear me pause like this and listen in, it's because she's taking a nap, and I was like, you know what, let me get back in this, let me make a video while she's sleeping. But so that's just in the future. If you do see her right here on my hip, she will be featured in upcoming videos. I just know it, right? So I left off on sharing the Odus with you all, but then I realized and I remember, why did I start this channel? I started this channel for the most basic people, coming from this to that, transitioning from this to that, moving from one place to the next. And so what did I need? That is basically why I'm here. I'm here to give exactly what I needed. I needed someone to be patient with me, be kind to me. That iwa pele, what we're all about, the practice of being kind and gentle and balanced character. That's what I needed. And so that's what I'm definitely here to be and to provide to this family, this virtual community. So there are a few questions that I wanted to answer for those of you that are getting started and moving into the Ifa practice. What is Ifa? Is Ifa a religion? Ifa is not a religion. Ifa, Isheshe, is a culture, is a way of life. Ifa is translated into the word of Olodumare. Olodumare is supreme being, supreme source. There is no gender, there is no male or female for Olodumare. And there's also no hell. There's no place to damn you in, right? And so that's another good key to remember and to think about. You can also hear sometimes Ifa being referred to as Orumila. So in Ifa, we have divination practices. Divination is the way that you receive the oracle, the way that you receive, the way that you look ahead. You look to the side, you look behind, you look, it's a big bird's eye view on what's going on. And this is done through Ikin, it's done through Opuele, it's done through shells. There's a lot of different ways that divination can be done for you. And I say divination, you'll hear a lot of people say reading, but that's not the vocabulary that I use. Me personally, I call it a divination. When I think about reading, I think about going to get the tarot cards, and like anybody can get tarot cards, right? But not everybody can give a divination. Not everybody can pound ikin. Not everybody can throw opale. Not everybody can read your shells and to give you the messages, the aligned messages with integrity, based on the sacred Odu. Now, the Odu, which I feel like, rewinding, because what even is Odu? Like, what? You're moving so fast, I don't know what's going on. If you just jump in and hear me immediately, like, okay, let's learn the first 16 Odu. No. So Odu, and there are 256 to the right, 256 to the left. And Odu is, if you're coming from Christianity, you will look at Odu as Bible chapters. Under the Odu are essays or verses, and these are so many verses, you can't learn them in one lifetime, right? That's why we study. That's why we constantly are in practice. We're constantly in the space of learning and growing and getting more acquainted with this divine system. So the first 16 are what we call the Holy Odu, or what we call the 16 major Odu. From those 16, they each form a pair. So you have number 1, which would be Eji Okbe. Number 2, which would be Oyeku Meiji. Number 3, which would be Iwori Meiji. Number 4, which would be Iri Meiji. So if you would have, so after you get to 16, all the way down to Ofu Meiji, number 16. Now it starts back over. Now it's Eji Oyeku, or excuse me, Ogbe Oyeku, Ogbe Iwori, Ogbe Idi, Ogbe Irosun. These, like, now it's pairs, like every 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. I hope that makes sense to you. If not, drop a comment and let me know. And I'll try to make more sense out of it. But yeah, right now I don't want to say I'm pressed for time, but I really do want to make this content and get back out there. Just pressing record was just like, do I tie my hair up? Do I do this? Do I do that? And then Ori said, just show up. You are the medicine. You are the magic. And here I am, right? So going back, let's rewind. Ori, a lot of people move into Ifa wanting to know their Orisha. What is my Orisha? Who is my Orisha? Learn and develop a relationship with your ancestors first. Your ancestors are really that first part of the communication, right? Who kind of like intercedes on your behalf, your ancestral lineage. So learn your ancestors. We want to learn about our Orishas, who is the crown, who is this, who am I a child of, Omo this, Omo that. The beginning of the word Orisha starts with Ori. So you want to know and get a relationship with your inner self, your Ori. Okay? And you want to know why? Is because a lot of people are getting scammed. This practice, a lot of people are getting scammed. I'll just say that. How to avoid that is to develop a deep connection with your Ori. Your Ori gonna tell you, nah, Slim, this is not the place that I need to be. This is not the person that I need to go to. I probably shouldn't give my debit card. I probably shouldn't, right? Because you playing with fire at that point. And when you get scammed, it's just like, okay, well, I'm playing with fire, So, I say develop a relationship with your Ori, and over time, you will know exactly what that feels like and what that entails, because you're spending time with yourself. You are spending time quietly listening, whether that be journaling, going on a walk, but you want to block out the noise, block out all of the distractions, and get a connection and connect in with yourself, your Ori. That is, we believe and we say in this tradition, in this culture, that your Ori, you chose your Ori in Orun, which is heaven. So before you even came down, you chose this mission, you chose this life, you chose what you wanted to do, how you wanted to do it, X, Y, Z, and the third. And so now when you come to earth, you forget all of it. You forget it. Oh man, going through that birth canal, forget all of it. Now you're here. Now you have to remember, right? And so that is how the divination is working. So everything that you said you was going to do, if you're not aligning with that, now you make divination so that you can get back on path with who you came to be, right? And so, yeah, I think that is, I think that's a nice introduction. Let me know if not. I mean, sometimes where you are and how you got there, a lot of the times, you know what I'm saying, you just so happy to be there, and sometimes like everything else doesn't even matter anymore, or you maybe forgot it, but there are still people that are where you once were, and that any piece of information that you can provide to them would be helpful. So when you see people wearing the ileki, wearing the ide, when you see them, check their character. What type of character is this person? Talk to them about Iwapele. Do they talk about Iwapele? And see who it is and where it is that you want to lean into. It should feel good. It should not feel like, I'm above you, or you're beneath me, or subservient, or any type of like, definitely levels of respect, for the craft and for the practice and for the studies. But let me tell you something. You go to Nigeria, there are babalawos that are this high, reciting essay, reciting Ifa, and you have to respect that, right? So it's not about age. It's not about how much money you got or the biggest or the best. It's about character, balanced character. Orumila was gentle. But yeah, again, like I said, if there are any questions you all have, or anything that I said that did not resonate with you, let me know. If there's things that resonated with you, also, again, let me know. I don't know the cadence of how I will be uploading, but I'm going to do my best to hold myself accountable and to continue to show up for you all. I did put the other videos that I started with. I just put them on the back end for now, because like I said, just like I jumped in the middle instead of like if you think of a pool, the analogy of a pool, like stepping into the water, I just jumped in, no life vest, no floaties, nothing. So let's step in the water together, you and I. Until next time, I wish you nothing but the best. May peace continue to locate you in your darkest hours. Ashe, ashe, ashe.